since ancient times cared for and cultivated by our farming communities. Long hours, lonely work, at the mercy of the elements. This summer we followed the next generation of farmers as they take the reins.
There's so many little different tricks of the trade of farming, and it's all about learning all of them.
Now it's their turn to deal with the early mornings, the pigs, the cows, and the sheep. Forced to cope with life and death.
Another few quid down the drain.
Are they ready to take charge of the countryside?
Time! No!
And feed our nation? Or will they be tempted to have fun while they're still young?
I probably got dropped when I was a baby because I like hard work.
This week, Outsiders. Young people who aren't from farming families arm themselves with the skills to break into the business. Tractor fanatic Will has to learn how to work with animals.
I feel as if I should try harder because I owe it to him rather than him owe it to me.
Bunny dreams of one day becoming a sheep farmer.
Farmer's wife, like that's so boring. I'm going to be a farmer who is coincidentally married.
But first she must learn the tricks of the trade.
Time! Come by!
And 21st century shepherd Henry guides his lambs from birthing shed to supermarket.
I'm not here to make hundreds of pets every year. They do taste lovely, everyone knows that.
3 young people learning on the job to turn ambition into a paycheck.
It's an insurmountable amount of roadblocks in the way.
Do girls make good farmers?
Not very, no. No, I think in one word. There are the exceptions to all rules, and no.
Thanks, here you go. Thanks.
Bunny is 19 years old and wants to one day become a farmer.
Sometimes I think people are surprised. I don't know if it's because of my size or because I'm a girl or a combination of both. I'm never going to be able to lift what some of the lads can, but I try my hardest and I'll find a way around it. If I can't lift it, then a forklift can. I can drive one of those.
To help realise her dream, she's studying at the Royal Agricultural College in the Cotswolds.
Once again, a big round of applause, please, for RAC Red and the winners this afternoon, RAC Black.
Unlike most students at the college, Bunny's family don't own a farm. Her mum is a teacher and her dad works in IT.
I would have loved to have grown up on a farm, but I didn't, and that's that. And it pushes me forward, and it kind of fuels my energy, to keep going for it.
To get her degree, Bunny must pass practical courses and attend work placements in a bid to make herself employable in the real world.
They're turning, they're turning, they're turning.
Today, she's learning to herd sheep under the tutelage of sheep farmer Jamie.
There's 170 out here, but I can only see, well, there's 3 now in front of the buggy, so they've got some to go. It's not quite the way I'd have done it, because they're just going round and round in circles now. Might be time to give them a bit of a hand.
Thanks.
You've got all this space out here. And the first thing you guys did was push the sheep into the trees. So if you'd have gone round the back from the start, in a big arc, and just push them all that way, get them out of the trees, up the hill, and use the fence and bring them in.
It's disheartening sometimes, because you do feel far away from, that end goal. When there are days when I kind of, I've said to my mum like that, oh, why am I bothering? And she just turned around and said, because you love it. You get as good as you give. So if I give it my all, there's no reason that I shouldn't get there.
If you're not born into it, I don't know how you'd get into it nowadays. Years ago, of course, you could. There are people that make it, but it would be a hell of a struggle now, I would think, really, yeah.
I always wanted to drive a tractor when I was young. It was my first word. That's not a lie, you can ask my mum.
Will is 21. He's been doing tractor work on other people's farms in Somerset since he left school at 16. Today, he's muck spreading.
Nah, it's not the nicest smells in the world, I must admit, you know. But it's got to be done, unfortunately. You know, it's got to go somewhere. Cows are no different than us. They're all shit.
That is basically like a mixture between the shit that you scrape out the yard and dirty water, and everything goes in here. You always got to be careful. You can die, because if you get a headache, you've got to turn it off and go away. Like, if you feel dizzy, you could go over any second, like, you know. Don't want that. I'm immune to it. I've always said, yeah, I want to work on a farm because I like tractors. I don't know why I like tractors. I don't know. This was just the feel of the power behind the wheel, you know? You own the road sort of thing. Even when I was a kid, like, you know, playing with toys and stuff, I didn't want it for Christmas. They'd ask what you want, and there's nothing else I wanted but farm stuff. They say I'm mentally ill. There's no treatment for what I have. This is my tractor. Do you want to have a look, do you? It's new. It certainly upgrades the old one. It's a lot bigger machine, more powerful, turbocharged rather than standard engine. All the gears and that's all electronic, you know, you don't have no gear sticks, it's all very, very straightforward. There's little luxuries, like a fridge and nice passenger seat, which is a cup holder as well. It's got a CD player. Oh, well, it's built in, it's Bluetooth, connects to your phone, and then the seat all adjusts, and you can turn it round, so you're sat on your side, and you haven't got, instead of having a crooked neck, you're just sort of sat, and you're just monitoring things. Everything's just more smoother.
Like Bunny, Will doesn't come from a farming background.
I live at home with my mum and my stepdad and my brother, and they have no interest in agriculture, but they don't have no problem with me doing it. Mum always said, as long as we're happy, you do what you want to do. Obviously, if I was a porn star or something, I might disagree, but as long as I'm happy, that's good enough. Come on, girl.
Will works a 60-hour week on a dairy farm that's home to 160 cows that produce milk for a local cheese supplier. His boss on the farm is David.
He should really give that tractor some heat.
Until now, Will has done the tractor work and David has dealt with the livestock. But their roles are about to change.
That might want some oil as well.
David recently damaged his shoulder helping a cow to calf. So over the coming months, Will have to learn livestock skills and do David's job for him.
I know I'm quite good at the tractor side of things. I'm a lot better at that than I am the cows. But, you know, if I left work for David, I don't intend to. I wish to stay here for a long time. But if I did leave and went on to drive a tractor, at least I've got something to fall back on. I could say, if someone says, have you ever done milking before and worked with cows? Yeah, I have actually, you know. Because I didn't go to college, you see. I need to learn other skills.
You never want to move when you want to move, and then you move when you don't want to move.
I don't want to lose cows through bad stockmanship. And that would annoy me, it would upset me, and then I'd have to have words. If he loses a calf, that's my loss, not his loss. He's got to learn when a cow needs assistance. He's got to know when that cow's in problems. He's got to study them a lot more. Humans speak to you, animals will tell you in their own way. It's all very well having a nice new tractor out there to sit on, but that doesn't pay his wages. The cows pay his wages. So it's going to be interesting.
Will got into farming to work with tractors, but with his boss's arm out of action, he's had to become more involved with the cows. He's on his way in to do the milking.
3:28 in the morning. Silly time of the day, isn't it? As you can see, there's no life around this time of morning. We haven't passed a single car yet. Didn't get home till 9:10 last night, so if I only had sort of 5.5, 6 hours sleep, you know, then come the end of the day, you just shagged, like, you know, by the time you've had your tea, you just want to go to bed. Some days I didn't even get to do the tractor work because, like, cows are more important at the end of the day. It's been harder. I found it quite hard. I haven't say I've got stressed and lost interest in the job, but it's certainly harder than it was. It's not a turn up to work, do your job and go home now. You can't relax anymore. Go on. Go on. Go on. No one in their right mind would do this at this time of morning. 4 o'clock in the morning, messing around like this. They wee on you all the time, but it's not like, you know, it's hard to explain really. You sort of get used to it, you know. It sounds disgusting, but it's not too bad. If you're a woman and someone grabs hold of your breasts, I'm sure you would shit yourself, wouldn't you? I don't know. At 4 o'clock in the morning. But I don't think they mind too much. They're quite happy.
Will's increased responsibility towards the cows has been impacting on another aspect of his life.
Love life. What's love life? No, I haven't really ever had a proper girlfriend, to be honest. The unsociable hours, they don't like that. They don't understand why you can't just turn it off at 5 o'clock and go. Been out for drinks with people, you know, I've met, and, you know, they realise what you do and what sort of hours you work and that, and they don't really want to know. It's not, you're not a 9 till 5 builder, are you, or an office worker, you know?
Where do you think the best place would be for you to meet someone?
I don't know. A friend of mine works for a dairy farmer. He had an accident. He crashed a tractor into the back of a woman's car. No, yeah, he did. And she found, like, got his number, and they're married now. You know. And he said you should never look for it. So you should just come along one day, won't it? Anywhere. It could be anywhere.
Come on, Joe.
In Herefordshire, Bunny is continuing her work placement.
Yeah, if you've got hay fever, this isn't the ideal job.
It's lambing season. Bunny has been given the orphans to look after and is learning how to increase their chances of survival.
It's kicking, a lot more lively, it's warmer. If it was still cold, yeah, and not really moving, then we'd be worried. The first time I had to, you know, put my hand in and assist and pull a lamb out, I do remember being absolutely terrified. You know, you're playing with something's life. You're the make or break to get that little thing out and get it going. Breathe, breathe, pace yourself. Putting your hand in a ewe, you're just trying to feel sort of in the dark. So if it was this lamb now, they'd come out like this with the little feet over their head, like that. So if I put my hand in, I'd feel one leg and I'd keep a finger on that, and then I'd feel across and I could feel a face, and then I'd feel a second leg, and then I'd pull, because I know that's the correct way to come out. You just have to approach it methodically. You've got teeth, stop it.
She's done very well. She's not afraid to get her hands dirty. unfortunately, because of her size, she struggles a little bit sometimes, and I think as she gets more confident and she does more, probably she'll be a bit quicker at what she does. At the moment, her work rate's a little bit slower, but she's definitely got potential.
In the next county, seasoned shepherd Henry is also in the midst of lambing.
This is the part of the job where I feel like an air hostess. Walking up and down aisles, giving out food and drink. I'm sure I'll be good at it.
Henry's been a shepherd for the last 5 years and looks after 500 sheep on a farm in the Cotswolds.
People refer to themselves now as sheep farmers as opposed to shepherds. Whereas I think you only could have a sheep farmer if you had a farm as well and you had sheep. But because I'm purely here to look after sheep, I call myself a shepherd. And people always say, oh wow, you're a shepherd. That's amazing. I didn't think they existed anymore. But someone's got to look after the sheep, or you can't give somebody a roast.
Troy! Come by!
To help him do his job, Henry has 2 dogs, Kip and Troy, who's still in training.
Troy! No! Come by. Wait!
Boy. Walk on. Walk on.
Henry's other essential is his crook.
Everyone thinks a crook is just sort of, you know, a biblical thing. No drama at all. But it's the best way to catch sheep. It's an extension of your arm. You can grab a ewe by the leg or around the neck or something and quick way of restraining them, grab hold of them instead of trying to dive on them. You know, if you jump on a sheep, you can do a fair bit of damage to it. But with a crook, you just go and catch it. Ah, bitch.
To earn his keep, Henry has to get as many healthy lambs as possible from birth to market. Today, he's turning out some of his flock into the fields to fatten up over the spring and summer months.
I'm going to make sure the ewes and lambs go off with their own lambs, not somebody else's.
If the ewes aren't matched up with their lambs, the lambs may perish.
So the ewes haven't seen grass for a couple of months, and so they've got a lovely fresh field. They think, oh, brilliant. Oh, I've got a lamb. I've got some grass. Excellent. And they just shoot off. And so they've got 1 lamb, but not 2. Or the lamb will just follow the wrong ewe, thinking, oh, it smells a bit like mum, but not exactly the right one. So just got to make sure they all get the right ewes and lambs together. Hence all the numbers on the sheep. So you can just see what's what and pair them up. She's a 62, he's an 84, so they'll find another 62 run off somewhere. They haven't had to find each other recently. And they just see another sheep, come here. And they just go with them. It's bloody quick, that one. Is that 75 got 2 there in the corner? And there's the other 74. Where's the ewe gone? That's not hers, this one's hers. Shepherding, basically, you've got the full care of the sheep all year round. You go into field of sheep and you can look round quickly, oh, yeah, they're fine, and walk away. But it's only when you start doing a job for a few years, really, and start looking at the sheep properly, you think, oh, yeah, she's not quite right. Or that young lamb doesn't look particularly happy. And trying to work out what the problem is, because they can't tell you. So you've got to be pretty switched on to know what to look for. Take her!
The days when Johnny's no good for anything else, put him on the farm, is long since gone. The farm workers today are more mechanically and veterinary minded than ever we used to be.
William! Can we do that cow? Can we bottle that cow?
In Somerset, a cow has calved unexpectedly in the night. A chance for Will to learn some skills on the job.
Do this the old-fashioned way then, Sean.
With David's arm still out of action, Will's being talked through how to give aftercare to cow and calf.
Put some milk on the teat and make it slide easy. You can't do 1 and 2 then, Will, like this. No, just 1 teat and then do it like that. Like that. That's it.
Is that all right?
Yeah, that's good. Good lad.
They're ensuring the calf gets its mother's early milk, colostrum, to protect it from diseases on the farm.
I am getting better at learning that the cows have got to come first, because that is the main thing on the farm. It's no different if, if you had a sick person in a hospital, you wouldn't mess around cleaning the car park while there's a person dying. It's similar. That's the only way I could describe it.
Now, a calf should have colostrum, because that's got antibodies, within 6 hours of being born. Well, that's one of the most important things after cow calved. Get some colostrum into it.
Stockmanship is the hardest thing to learn. You're using your eyes. You're seeing things that no one else can see. They're invisible to anyone else. It's learning how a cow works and what's wrong with a cow just from looking at it. That's the hardest thing.
Here, that's the vein there.
The mother is low on calcium, so they're administering some intravenously.
Get your fingers on the vein. How to push that vein up. Yeah, just go in now.
I hope to be like David one day. I honestly do. David is like a dream father, I suppose, if that's what you want him. I would love to be a farmer's son. I couldn't think of anything else I would want to dream of more.
What about your real dad?
I never known him. He was sort of just before my brother was. No, my brother was born. My brother was 1. I was about 3. I can't remember that far back. I don't have no memories of him, which is a good thing, really. I wish he was there, but I can't. What you don't know can't hurt you, is what they say.
Job done.
Job done.
Bunny's proved she's competent at bringing animals into the world. Today's test is whether she's got the bottle to handle casualties. Lambs are at their most vulnerable in the first few weeks of life, and not all of them make it.
So this is the damage that the crows do. It's weak, it's died, If we could be out here every hour, on the hour, checking, good chance this lamb would be alive. I don't think you need to be hard to be a farmer, but you've definitely got to be resilient and you've got to be logical in your approach to things like death. I'm only human. I don't want to see any lamb die. Ideal world, you want every lamb to come out healthy, straight away, bond with its mum, done. But, that's just not reality, and the hard thing with reality is you just have to deal with it. That's pretty new. So I'll just put that in as well. Into the bag they go.
Bunny aspires to live on a farm, but her family home is in a town just outside Milton Keynes and couldn't be more different.
I just kind of live on a regular street, Victorian houses that have been here forever.
There were 11 paddocks, and one of them was what were called the Sandhills. Remember that? Remember the Sandhills?
Although she didn't grow up on a farm, Bunny has memories of there being one in the family.
That was the last photograph ever taken of him.
My grandfather was a sheep farmer in Australia. We had 30,000 acres, 10,000 merinos, which were bred for wool. And then after he passed away, no one took it over. No one wanted to take up the lifestyle that went with it.
Well, this is the house here.
When I was younger, we would spend, most of summer, so a month, 2 months on the farm. My first real memory is being sat in a truck watching sheep with Grandpa.
There you are with your...
the lamb.
We took that lamb home, do you remember that? We called it George.
Yeah.
And then a couple of days later it had to become Georgina.
I find it sad looking at the pages. I really wish we still had it, so I could run it. It kind of feels like I've lost something. I want it back, but I know it's pretty impossible. That's probably what's hard about it. I'm not going to give up.
Dad, you're not helping, are you?
What's your favourite?
Oh, look at this one. This is a bloke. It's got to be.
Will's increased working hours on the farm have been playing havoc with his love life. Instead of leaving things to chance, his friends have set him up on a dating site.
I just can't understand why no one wants me.
Girls don't appreciate him and they don't understand why he has to work so late, and I can see that it's not his fault, it's his work, it's his job. He's probably one of the best blokes I know, to be honest. Down to earth, loving, faithful.
So she give me her number.
If a woman gives him a chance, he would be perfect.
What are you looking for in a woman? Nice eyes, blonde.
I like to have fun.
Blonde or brunette?
I just like to have fun, to be honest.
Anything.
I mean, someone that looked like Ellie Goulding would be lovely.
Blonde then, you don't want brunettes.
Yeah, no, I
The
don't mind.
occasional one, but more blondes.
I'm not worried. As long as they got hair on their head.
Lovely little man, aren't you?
It's just quite interesting to see what happened, really.
In Somerset, Will's friends have lined him up with an internet date. He's meeting her at 6:30, but he can't leave till the cows are milked and tended to. And he can't do that until they're brought in from the fields where they graze, on the other side of the train tracks.
Can I cross the cows? All right, thank you, bye. Late train. Trains. I have to wait for a train now.
How many texts have you got from this girl today?
It's got to be 50, I would have thought. Wow, I'll tell you. No, 74 messages on inbox. I zeroed that this morning. Bet 4 of them would be from other people. She might be a complete psychopath, you never know, do you? You know, those pictures on her Facebook, they might have been taken 3 years ago. She might be 3 times the size of that now. If they're bigger than me, that scares me a bit. Bet for you. Bob! 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 I'm not going until this is done. Because this is important, you know, it's life or death, really, you know, it's quite serious stuff, and it's not, I don't see it as, oh, you know, it's more hours, more money, you know, it's just the way of life, isn't it? That cow there, it's got to be sorted out in a minute, because her cleansing hasn't come out. Adam will get that out, but it doesn't come out on its own, you know, and like, this cow's, the feet have got to be trimmed, you know, or, like, normally I'd be finishing up, not tonight, you know, I got a bit more to do, yeah? Oh, yes.
Will is already running late, so won't have time to go home to change before his date.
But easily. Oh, yeah, is that clean? We got a washing machine here, though. So you've got our on the winter, don't worry. Which one? That'll be that one. What do we want? 60 degrees? No. Magic. Right. I just need to sort. Right.
When was your last date?
Back in the winter, about 6 months ago, I spent. I don't know. Woman, a rare breed. By all accounts, she's quite a high yielder, so.
By all accounts, she's a high yielder.
A high yielding cow at work would be like a big cow that's big udder, big, you know, a lot of milk. She's quite a big woman, big breasts, you know, big teats. High yielder. That's farmer talk.
Bunny's signed up to get a shearing qualification to help her realise her dream of one day having her own sheep farm.
Third blow, up the neck, go round the back of the head.
I've only seen it once, and then after we just go like, oh.
To get her shearing badge, Bunny must shear 3 sheep fast and neatly.
We're turning the sheep around now, so take the back end round away from me there. This end.
Sheep shearing is traditionally done by men, Bunny's physique means she's at a disadvantage.
Down, out the leg now. Carry it on, out the
Can I
leg.
push your head over?
Yeah. Just move back slightly.
A lot of it depends on your physical strength. So you've got to be stronger than an animal that's sort of 70 kilograms. So it's definitely a bit of sheep wrestling going on. Right, next sheep. Oh no, look, I cut her really bad. Oh no. I knew shearing was hard and I knew it was physical, but until you do it, you don't appreciate how physical it is. And there's no way I could do it as a job, ever. This year, next year, 10 years' time, never.
Thanks everybody for coming today. You've all done a really, really good job.
Bunny manages to get her shearing badge, but realises it's not a career for her.
Now I know that when I do have a farm, I'll have to tell someone else to do the shearing.
Oh, bollocks.
In Somerset, Will's half an hour away from meeting his internet date. But first, he must get his outfit sorted.
Yeah! Got the jeans as well. I got to be at 6:30.
I've tugged it. Full Monty.
I'm ready. I'm wet. It's clean and dry, eh? Oh, jumper, well, that's going on then.
What time have you got? You've got to be up at 3.
No, not so early tomorrow.
Oh, what time?
Well, I ain't got to start till 6, so it's not.
Oh, laying.
Yeah, it's not too bad, makes a change, but
Do you wake them up?
no, they're in a field.
Do they sleep in the field all night?
Yeah, they graze.
Oh,
they graze.
didn't they get cold?
No.
He's my type of bloke anyway, like his looks are like my kind of bloke. I like kind of what I'd call real men, men that go out and kind of work the land, work with their hands and stuff. What about if they get stuck? Do you have to put your hands in there and pull them out?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, if you had your hands like cows.
Yeah,
Funny.
of course I am.
Of course I am.
It's my job. And they walk into the parlour and then you put these things on their udder, which sucks the milk out gently, but it's like you know, it's not really.
Because you can't do it by hand, that'd take ages, doesn't it?
You can do, but it's not. Yeah, to take forever.
Do you think there'll be another date?
Maybe. Would you want to take me on another date? I don't know.
So it's still up in the air at the moment?
Yeah, I don't know. It's too early to say. Who knows?
On the farm the next day, Will gives his assessment of the date.
She was complete opposite to me because she's from the town and like, I'd rather live in a tent in a field than I would live in the middle of town. She's just saying about she likes going out and clubbing and dressing up and that. I don't live for the weekend, whereas I think she does, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not very good at this game.
In the Cotswolds, Henry's ready to send his first lot of lambs off to slaughter. They're about 5 months old. In a few days, they'll be in the supermarkets.
You can just tell by looking at them, they run up, which ones you want. That one there, I can just feel his backbone, just not enough meat in his back, but that'll be a good lamb soon. Whereas that one, as long as he's heavy enough, you know, big square neck, broad shoulders, nice covering over the ribs, he just feels just like a really good lamb, so hopefully we'll make the weight.
Henry separates the lambs he thinks are ready from the ones that aren't with a sorting gate.
Yeah, those are good ones, apart from you, shoot it the wrong way. I think those are the smaller ones, but there's probably some of those that are right, actually. Maybe a bit mean on them. Let's weigh them, see what they weigh, and then we can know what
what we're looking at.
The ideal weight for a fattened lamb is 40 kilograms.
39.5 kilos. Proves nice and the first lamb weighs well. Yeah. This one's over fat. I've been a bad shepherd. 45, 46 kilos. So another week, that'll be 47, 48 kilos. It's a bit of a shame, that one. Bigger than I thought. And it doesn't take long from turning from little lambs into fully grown sheep, and then, you know, if you get them in and you weigh them, oh, hello, they're ready to go, they're fit, and you feel their backs, and you think, oh, that's a lovely bit of meat there, and you think, oh, I've done my job. You know, that's what your whole job is about. You know, you're producing lambs for meat, which is really good. People say it must be so hard when we send them off to the abattoir, but that's the point of my job. I'm not here to make hundreds of pets every year. I'm here to have lambs, young lambs, and bring them on and sell them for meat. That's what they're for. I mean, they do taste lovely, everyone knows that.
Once the lambs have been slaughtered, the abattoir sends Henry and his boss the grades and the prices they've reached. They're hoping to get £80 a lamb.
They're good lambs, aren't they? Very happy with those. Yeah, £77.82, the average price.
Quite a good price, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, compared to what we've been used to.
It all goes towards my wages.
Yes.
Pay that off first.
That's right.
Pay off all my costs, and then you can make a profit.
Yeah. Very good.
Go on, man. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on.
Big old cane line, isn't it? You picked up the iodine.
On the farm where Will works, one of the cows is struggling to calf. With his boss's arm still out of action, it falls to Will to try and diagnose the problem.
You go straight in and make a stand.
There's like it's hollow down to the right, if you see what I mean? So I can sort of go down and under. Does that make sense?
Is it going straight to the right?
Yeah, that we're going straight and down to the right. We got a problem.
If your hand goes straight to the right like that and straight
That's
down,
the problem,
that
that.
is a twist.
We go, yeah, and we're going straight down.
To the right.
Down here.
That's a twist. If that's where it's taken, that'd be a twist.
With a twist potentially life-threatening to cow and calf, David seeks a second opinion from his son, who manages a farm down the road.
Got a problem for you. A twist. Would you like to come a feeler first, though, to make sure?
I always wished I was a farmer's son because it would get handed down to you and you would be, yeah, you could carry it on, but you can't have everything.
No one in my immediate family is agricultural related. Never. My mum is a cleaner, and my real father left at a young age, and he was a mechanic. I quite like doing mechanic stuff, but I don't want to do it to follow down his... I don't want to be anything like him, you know? Steady, girl, steady.
Has she been trying to push them?
Yeah, she hasn't. She's been messed about since this morning.
It's not twisted.
It isn't twisted. Just not opened up?
Will's diagnosis was incorrect.
Definitely twisted.
I thought it was twisted, obviously I was wrong. I could feel like, my hand sort of, as I pushed my hand in, it just took my hand and sort of twists and goes down. I thought I was a problem, but obviously not. I was wrong.
He shouldn't feel stupid. That would be the last thing I'd want him to feel. It's all new to him, isn't it? You know, we've got years of experience, and not being funny, there's going to come lots of times like that when you get it wrong. We all get it wrong, but sometimes you get it right. It's purely down to experience.
I don't know, I don't care. I want to go home. I've had enough for the day.
It's not always easy, you know, you get down in the dumps. You overcome difficulties. They're there to be overcome. It's no good saying, oh, we can't cope with this. You've got to cope with it. Come on, we've got to overcome this and get on with it.
Oh, you should sew me blood.
No, wait, I'd have to cover my eyebrows. Yeah, but that's sexy.
It's July and the end of Bunny's studies for the year. Tonight, her and her college friends are off to a Baywatch-themed party to celebrate.
So graceful the way I put them on, just like Pammy would. I think this is pre-Baywatch.
You are so Baywatch.
You're so Baywatch.
That's awesome. So you're on the pool tonight?
No way.
Really? You
Yeah.
must have your eyes on someone.
I've got my eyes on a nice
Maybe
tractor
three
and a plot of land, that's about it, mate. I think going into farming is probably a really stupid thing to do. But you just have to do what makes you happy, and, you know, it just makes me happy. People say, like, oh, you should date someone with a farm and you might marry them. But I'd very much like to make my own money and buy my own land or buy back grandfather's. If it's someone else's land, it's never really yours, is it? Anyway. Farms over boys any day. Yeah, well, at the moment, obviously. Probably change when I get older. But right now, farms, boys. Just saying.
People in the towns, people in the factories, they haven't got a clue of what life is really all about. I mean, real life, animal life. They got a little dog, yes. They know if the little dog isn't very well, but they got no idea otherwise.
On Will's farm, one of the cows is having difficulties calving her second calf. It's facing the wrong way round and will need an assisted delivery. David calls his son again for help.
How soon can you get here? He's got a breech. It's that one that calved this morning, and there's another one in there. It's in a, it's in a bit of a tangle in the back. Yeah, I can't do it.
David's son suggests Will has a go.
Well, if he runs into problems, John, it's your fault, mate. Yeah, well, I need you to stop for a minute and bring the carving jack, a rope, and some lube. Right, you put some lube on. Just have a feel with what
Yeah, got one.
There's 2 feet there.
Hang on, I got a head and a foot.
Oh, you got it's the head's come round there.
No, that is his foot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 2 feet. It's just 2 feet.
No, it's not.
It's sat in the bag still.
Yeah.
Put your ropes on.
Oh, hang on, that's not gone through it yet, has it?
The calf has been stuck inside for more than 12 hours, so there's no guarantee it'll be alive.
Have I got the right or the left side?
Hang on, his leg's all twisted here. You got the left, I think. Pretty sure, yeah. Go on, girl. Get up. Tail.
Right.
Good going.
To try and clear the calf's lungs, Will swings it back and forth.
All right.
The calf is alive, and it's a girl who can join the milking herd.
Look at that. That's what I like. Good girl. Yep. Magic. 2 live calves, 2 Frisian heifer calves, absolutely over the moon. Well done, Will.
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
It is.
You all right now?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Will. He'll be chuffed now because that's his first breech. That's difficult in itself for somebody who hasn't done it before. You know, you've got to be 100% sure what you're going to try and pull out at the back end of that cow. That's why I spoke to my son, just to put him on standby. So he said no, let Will have a go. If Will can't, then I'll come. And I'm pleased that Will did it.
It's quite good though, isn't it? It's still alive after a day. Well, if you're going to call it sad and I managed to do it, it's pretty good, isn't it? So, extra slice of toasted tea tonight. Yeah.
Next week, it rains and rains. Henry struggles to get the hay in. Rob tries to shear enough sheep to buy his own flock. And Hayley competes for Pig of the Year.
What happens in Kavos won't stay there if you switch on to 4OD for all of the action. Live and later, Professor Brian Cox adds to the crew of The Last Leg. Mix up the week with Adam Hills at 9:30. After Jimmy's Cats, next.